in media, pre-YouTube, you would have a hit show, 10 seasons would be like, that show crushed.
Yeah, they'd be, or normally around season 10, they'd be like, they should have finale'd that 3 seasons ago.
Exactly. But this isn't set up that way. We're people and we get old and our audiences get old. And how long are they hanging in there? And how long is this a part of their life? Like, this is something that I think about my own fandom around certain things at different stages. How different it is now than it was. Like, try to think of a thing that you've been as big of a fan of now that as you were 10 years ago. Because I've been doing this for 10 years.
That's a good point. There's not a lot. Yeah.
Not if you're growing as a person. And so this expectation that I can somehow meet the criteria of somebody who signed up for this whole thing 10 years ago, that's not the same person.
You know what I like about you so far, Lou? This is my little early review, because I don't know, I'm jimming the camera over here. This guy's a ham. Because it's true, we've talked for maybe 45 seconds before we started rolling this thing. So I like how multiple times I thought I knew what I was going to say based on how you'd be structuring a sentence, and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting point. You know what would be a good, and then you'll say something, I'll be like, oh, and then you make me go into the tank to actually think about it. You're very provocative. Insert a sexy photo.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been called provocative before, so I'll take it. For me, when I'm thinking about it or talking about a topic, I'm constantly trying to go further away from it. Like, okay, we get to 1 degree of abstraction, and what about 2? What about 3? What about 4? Oftentimes, it leads you nowhere.
But maybe we don't, or at least maybe I don't go there that often. At least not publicly or something.
Well, actually, I'll give you credit in the sense that I don't think any of those doors get unlocked unless you're in a conversation. That's the best thing about this show. Like this here is not unbox therapy.
Right.
This here is no
YouTuber therapy.
Maybe.
That's what is a couch.
But the best part about it is that there's zero finesse, right? All the lipstick and the stuff that we do for the other projects is not here. You're not going to find it here. This video will be your name. This video will have a number beside it. The thumbnail will be you and me. And what I think, the reason that I value this is not for the game playing component, but for the actual conversation, which just happens to be recorded.
Right.
If you and I just met, I'd like to think we'd have the same conversation.
I think you know that YouTubers do talk about this stuff when they're not being recorded.
Absolutely.
You know that for sure, yeah. It's one of the reasons why I think YouTubers have YouTuber friends. Is so that they can just...
Because it's so weird.
And they understand it. It's